Get ready to be delivered, and delivered in a hurry.
All right, so about us, Brandon Construction. So been a general contractor coming up on 23 years now. And so I think the main reason we wanted to make a channel was because I wish there was a current Brandon that could talk to a former Brandon about the lessons learned in building full custom. And I think that's the main thing to kind of point out initially, is that the purpose of this channel is to really help homeowners, people building their first restaurant, people building their first dental office, law office, building their dream home. What does it really mean to build full custom? And try to help with expectations. One of the things that I've had probably one of the biggest struggles with over the years is setting expectations. Had a good friend who's a builder developer. About 2 years ago, he said that to me. He said, what I've noticed is that when relationships really don't work in the custom build world, it's because of expectations. So the purpose of this channel is to have some series on things like time and quality, money, different contract types, so that, if you're a homeowner going into this, or you're someone building your first commercial build, you'll kind of have a place to go for a neutral sounding board to get some ideas of what you could do to have a good experience. But probably most importantly, you'll be able to have expectations set. And when you're selling a job, when you're thinking about, like, from this perspective, you're trying to get a job, and especially if you have like a sales team, they can really mess up expectations, because they're doing their job, right? Their job is to make a sale, but because they're maybe not in the build world as much as you are as a builder, or as you are about to be as a client, they may paint a picture that isn't reality, and then that really messes everything up for everybody. I had a site manager one time who told me, he said, we were talking about a sales call we were going on. He was like, you guys present the dream and I deliver the nightmare. And I was like, it was like a gut punch, to hear him say that. He said it as a joke, but there's a lot of truth to that, depending on how the expectations are set. So again, the purpose of this channel is really to take what we've learned. We're not done yet. We're still going strong, and we're going to keep going. So we're going to learn stuff. 20 years from now, there'll be more lessons learned. But for now, we've got a pretty big stack of lessons learned, and we're just thinking it might be of some value out there for folks. Real quick on my personal history, I was a home inspector, and then I got my GC license about 20 years ago, and haven't looked back since. And we've done a lot of custom builds. And that's not like we're awesome kind of thing. It really is like, man, I wish we could go back in time and with what we know now, and even go back and to some of those former clients and former partners we worked with, and even do a better job. So hopefully, if you're in the construction industry, you're full custom, a lot of this should resonate with you. If you're someone who's never built full custom, I think it'll be super useful information. We'll try to have a series like on contracts. We'll have one on like estimating what makes a building cost $400 a square foot versus $1,400 a square foot, and just put something out there to help everybody have some quick hits on expectations. We know that it's been helpful to us in the last few years, really focusing on that on the front end. And the other thing I'll say about that is you're going to lose work. Like, if you're a contractor listening to this and you're out there and you've got your first $1 million build or your first restaurant or something, if you really are very transparent with what you know about the process and what you know about the realities of custom building, there's a chance the client may not choose you. So the other side of this coin is we really want clients to hear the realities from someone who's not trying to sell them. It'd be great if you could walk into a sales opportunity and sit down and say, it's going to take longer, it's going to cost more, there's going to be frustrations. We have one example where when we're talking to folks, we say, how are you going to feel when you go to the job site on a Sunday and your family's flown into town and they want to see the project, and you walking around and you find a pile of chicken bones, someone's like chicken wings they ate and they left them on the job site. And people, like, it's a great, like, clarifying moment. It kind of illustrates so much of what that expectation of like a perfect job versus the reality of being a general contractor with a with a full custom build, what can we really control? What can't we control? Setting those expectations is like golden. And yeah, we don't want the chicken bones. We make that clear. We're not okay with the chicken bones. Our contracts tell them they have to pick up, et cetera, et cetera. But the realities of what will happen on a build, even with that little example, kind of shows why we're hoping this information could be of use to people who are about to build full custom and people who do it for a living. So we appreciate you guys watching, and look forward to seeing you next time.